It's time for Real Talk with Brian and Dan, the weekly talk radio show dedicated to discussing important real estate topics, plus insight into the local community. With a combined experience of over 50 years as local real estate brokers from the Eastside Real Estate team at Keller Williams Realty Bellevue. Here's your hosts, Brian Levitt and Dan Edwards.
Well, hello and good afternoon. Welcome to Real Talk with Brian and Dan on 1150 KKNW. It's Wednesday, July 31st, 2019. What a fabulous summer day.
Beautiful.
Brian, beautiful, right?
Beautiful.
I went with a client of mine, went out flying yesterday, and God, the bluest skies you've ever seen are in Seattle.
There you go.
So amazing. All right. Well, listen, if you would like to listen to past episodes or podcasts of Real Talk, you can go ahead and Google Real Talk with Brian and Dan or search on any place where podcasts can be found. I'm really excited for a great show today. We've got two fantastic guests, Dexter Borby with Interim Healthcare and Glenn McMillan with Eastside Auto Works. But before we get to our guests, it's time for some Real Talk.
Last week, we talked about the housing market report. Today, we're going to give you some great tips to sell your home faster and for more money. Since June of last year, we've seen an increase in the inventory of homes for sale month over month. Every spring and summer, the inventory increases because people want to sell their home. For those with children, they may want to be in their new home before the beginning of the school year. If you are one of those sellers, you may find these tips helpful in getting your home sold more quickly.
Yeah, hustle for number one.
Hustle,
right?
That's right.
Because we are coming up on just basically the last gasp to get into a house before the school starts, right?
Yep.
Well, so here's our first tips, is making your home making the buyers feel at home. This can be done by decluttering the space. Pack away all personal items, pictures, awards. Brian, you got to put your awards away.
Dang.
Sentimental belongings. That family picture above the fireplace, it's got to go.
Yeah.
I know we have to be the bearer of bad news sometimes, but we want the buyers to feel like they belong in this house. According to a profile by Home Staging by the National Association of Realtors, 83% of buyers agents said that staging a home made it easier for a buyer to visualize the property as a future home. Brian, I have a story about that.
Me too. Go first.
Can I go first? Me.
You.
Okay, so we have this home incarnation that you all have probably seen the videos. They've searched our websites. Our fans know everything that's going on. Well, we made a price improvement, but before we did that, we painted the green great room and we painted the fuchsia bedroom. So we took those two kind of bright, specific bedrooms and we put them. We just basically neutralized them, right? And then we brought in our stager Abby with Michael Burdick Designs, who came in and did a phenomenal job at creating a space that felt neutral, right? That felt neutral. And so we've got, I believe, 2 offers, maybe a third offer coming in today.
Nice. So, people often ask me why the importance of removing pictures, personal items, awards, and depersonalizing the space really goes to the psychology of selling, where, I've been doing this forever, 38 years, and I've noticed, that's all, so far so good. So I noticed most buyers, once they are really interested in a home, they start the process of mentally moving in.
Yeah.
And psychologically, it's harder for them to visualize themselves in the home when the seller's there. The seller's pictures, their kids, all their personal stuff makes it more difficult for that buyer to visualize themselves in the house. So we neutralize to make that process easier for them.
So not only will your house spend less time on the market, but according to the report, a quarter of buyers agents said staging the home increased the dollar value anywhere between 1% and 5% compared to similar homes on the market. I've done this before where I had a home that was expiring. We took over the listing, staged it, painted, did some things, and ended up selling it in less time.
Right. And it's interesting. One of the things I'll ask sellers is, do you want to prepare it for sale or sell it as is? They're 2 different prices.
Yes.
And, we can do it either way. So the other thing to do was once you've got it organized, keep it organized. Before the buyers show, pick up toys, make the bed, and put away the dishes. It's also a good idea to put out some cookies if you have time. Okay, realtor cheat here.
Yeah.
Heat up the oven, flick a little vanilla in there. It'll smell like you baked cookies.
I was going to actually mention the type of cookies I would like.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want the home, we don't want a smell that smells like it's masking something. But, having a pleasant smell is always a good idea. So, it's interesting. One of the things about having the home prepared is it sells faster, because having it on the market is a pain in the neck.
Yeah.
So I have sellers often that will choose to use one bathroom so they don't have to clean two, or.
Well, I had a guy move into his RV. He's got a RV parking, and he's like, you know what? I'm just going to take everything because I'm moving anyways. Other things we do to help people declutterize or depersonalize is dropping off a pod, or pod is one brand name, but there's like Rat Pack is one we use. And so you basically take all the things that you don't need to use for the next 3 months that are going to move to your next place, put them in there, and then they'll actually haul that away. So during your showing period, it's in storage. And then once you sell the home, you go ahead and direct that where to go. So it's a great way to have an ability to kind of get people have lived in homes for 10, 15, 20, 40 years. Right. It's hard to declutter and depersonalize if you don't have a place to go.
And we have people who can help you with that if that is a problem. So anyway, next.
Top elements for selling your home is access. So the first one was staging, declutter, and then stay organized. The next one is access. So making your home available almost any time. And I know that's hard for a lot of people, but some buyers, especially those relocating, they don't have a lot of time. They're coming in, they need to see a house at this week and that time. So we try to tell people it's like Grand Central Station. When we put this home on the market, it's not your home anymore. It is a public place. It's not, but it is.
Yeah, and I think another element is, as a broker, if I run into a seller who doesn't want to cooperate with showings, my feeling is, gosh, am I going to have trouble getting this offer together?
Yeah.
I want to work with a seller who is motivated to sell, who's cooperative.
Yeah, isn't that funny? I mean, there's something that translates, and it's. We want to accommodate everybody in their own lifestyle, but it's something that translates to, is this going to be difficult? If it's this hard to see the home, it may be really hard to get an offer accepted. You can't see it,
you can't sell it. So last tip for our listeners today is to price it right. In this market, we've been in a seller's market, and I sometimes run into what I call market exuberance. But one of the smartest things you can do is price it right. We're going to get top dollar, and our goal is top dollar, reasonable period of time, no legal entanglements. But as we mentioned at the beginning, more inventory coming onto the market guarantees there will be some competition. You want to make sure your home is noticed. The key to selling your house in 2019 is ensuring it is priced to sell immediately. That way, your home will be seen by the greatest amount of buyers and will sell at a great price before more competition comes on the market.
So listen, if you want to sell your house in the least amount of time with the best possible price, you got to call the Eastside Real Estate team. We're here to help. All right. So that's the time for our opening segment, our Real Talk segment. And after the break, we're going to have our mortgage moment with Michael Burdick. So please join us right after this break.
Not sure if now is the right time to sell? Worried you missed the market? The Eastside Real Estate team specializes in helping homeowners maximize their equity when selling. With our proven premier listing service, our clients have sold their homes for more money in less time than the competition. We know you have many choices when working with a real estate agent, but with the Eastside Real Estate team, you get a team of highly qualified, experienced agents. From staging to deciding if your property is market ready for top dollar. If you're considering selling, call the Eastside Real Estate team at 425-200-4093 or check out our website at the eastsiderealestateteam.com, a subsidiary of Keller Williams Realty in Bellevue.
Eastside Auto Works has served clients on the East Side since 1972. They're one of the oldest full-service facilities around. Check us out at eastsideautoworks.com or call 425-746-0162. European and Japanese vehicles are their specialty, and they love working on Volkswagens, Audis, Subarus, and Mazdas. Bring your super fun Mini Cooper or Fiat and they'll get it fixed right up. So when it's time to do service work on the mom van or family SUV from Honda and Toyota, think of Eastside Auto Works for all of your automotive needs. Getting in for service at Eastside Auto Works is easy. They'll get you into a loaner car, ride, or maybe Uber. Their AAA-approved facility is very conveniently located in North Bellevue. Visit them on Facebook at Eastside Auto Works Auto Repair. Their slogan says it all: passion for people, passion for cars.
Are you worried about finding reliable care for a loved one? Interim Healthcare provides certified professional caregivers so that people who are ill, disabled, recovering, or elderly can remain safe and comfortable in their own homes. If you or a loved one needs reliable and quality care, call us at 425-274-3720. Again, that's 425-274-3720.
Tell your friends about Alternative Talk 1150.
Welcome back to the show. You're listening to Real Talk with Brian and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Brian.
I said that wrong. It's now time for our
works.
Mortgage Moment segment. During this segment, we get a quick update with the lending side of the home buying process. Today, we're talking to Michael Burdick, a loan consultant with Loan Depot. Michael spent the last 10 years serving borrowers at a very high level, and he's going to spend the next 10 more. Welcome to the show, Michael.
Hey guys, how we doing?
Doing good.
Doing great. Are you enjoying the summer?
I am having a great time.
Awesome. So what's happening? What's the mortgage moment all about today?
Well, I think the spotlight is, of course, Fed announcements, but like they always are. They dropped interest rates by a quarter point, which they haven't done in over a decade. So everybody, again, I'm fielding a lot of calls today on what that means for mortgage rates, and I really think time will tell. I mean, we don't know immediately what that will do. The reason why they cut rates is because of the global economy and the overall economy. So will that affect mortgage rates? I'm sure it might.
Probably,
but time will tell. Yeah.
So, Michael.
Yeah.
One of the questions we had for you today is about FICO scores. How is a FICO score calculated?
That is a great question, and it's a question I get asked pretty much on every loan because, people tell me what their score is, and then when I actually run it, it could be a little different than what they think it is. So a FICO score is what the mortgage industry uses, and it's really heavily weighted on payment history and amount you owe, so utilization. So if you have a $10,000 limit on your card, if you have that balance up at $9,000, it's going to drop your score. Now, if you have lots of late payments, so it's going to be harder to overcome. It's going to take more time. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean you shouldn't get a mortgage, and we'll have a mortgage for you. But that's going to be one of the factors as well. And then smaller things that affect a FICO score are inquiries, so not having your credit ran, 20 times. New credit, so if you're applying for credit everywhere and obtaining new types of credit, that can be considered a risk as well. And then length of credit history. So if you've had accounts open for 10 years, that's considered a very good thing.
So I, if somebody were to get a text saying your credit score has increased, check here, should they click on that link?
Depends on where it's coming from.
It's just a random text I got this morning, actually. I honestly got that. Yeah, and I was like, no, I didn't sign up for this. This is, So I while we're talking about credit scores, individuals may be getting these text messages, and I would highly encourage them to skip it. Right? I mean, the best way to get it is from a mortgage banker. I know one of our questions here that Brian was going to ask, this is my question, is why would the score that an individual runs different than what the bank shows? So, there are these places that I can go and see what my actual credit score is. How come it's different than what you say it is or your providers say it is?
Yeah, so we use a blended average with the three credit bureaus, and it's the FICO score. So other industries like car industries or even your bank, RV loan, whatever it is, they may give you a different score because I'm looking at, the FICO history. That's what mortgage lenders want to look at, these factors that determine a score. So your payment history, amounts owed, are weighted differently than what another industry may use. So I think it's still a good thing to keep an eye on your FICO score or your other credit scores that your bank may provide you, just so you have a good idea. But know that when I run your score, it's not going to be the exact same as that.
Gotcha.
So what credit scores are you looking for an approval? What kind of range do you see? And I understand there's a relationship between the cost of the loan and the score, but what do you need to get approval?
I mean, we can go down fairly low into the 500s. It's just your rate's going to be higher, and then, so it might not make sense, but we can obviously do it. To get the perfect prime rate, you're going to want to be over 740. But then there's other factors that play into it. If you're trying to borrow a jumbo loan, they're going to say, we need to cut you off at 720. We can't go under that.
So
So
what you're saying, Michael, is it depends, right? But I mean, essentially,
there are a lot of factors.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. And I do know, going back to the tightening of the mortgage mess, there was a point where 650 was the bottom line. We're out of time for this segment, but if you want to learn more information about how your specific credit score affects your ability to borrow, you can reach out to Michael Burdick. You can Google Michael Burdick at Loan Depot. Google that. You will find information on how to just have that conversation about where your credit score, because so many people are sitting on the sidelines in a really good market and not getting the information. So get the information. Call Michael. Thanks for coming on the show today, Michael.
Thanks, Michael.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right.
Have a good one.
Thank you, Michael. After the break, we're going to have Dexter Borby with Interim Healthcare. So join us right after this commercial break.
Are you worried about finding reliable care for a loved one? Interim Healthcare provides certified professional caregivers so that people who are ill, disabled, recovering, or elderly can remain safe and comfortable in their own homes. If you or a loved one needs reliable and quality care, call us at 425-274-3720. Again, that's 425-274-3720.
Did you know when you pay rent, you're actually paying someone else's mortgage? Are you tired of missing out on owning your own home? Fact: homeowners on average have 40 times the financial net worth of renters. The Eastside Real Estate Team has been helping many first-time homebuyers find and buy their first home. They specialize in customer service and put you first. They listen first to what you're looking for, and then they take the time to make sure their clients understand every aspect of the home buying process. If owning a home has been your dream, the Eastside Real Estate Team can help you. For a free, no-hassle consultation, call 425-200-4093 or find them online at the eastsiderealestateteam.com, a subsidiary of Keller Williams Realty in Bellevue.
Eastside Auto Works has served clients on the East Side since 1972. They're one of the oldest full-service facilities around. Check us out at eastsideautoworks.com or call 425-746-0162. European and Japanese vehicles are their specialty, and they love working on Volkswagens, Audis, Subarus, and Mazdas. Bring your super fun Mini Cooper or Fiat and they'll get it fixed right up. So when it's time to do service work on the mom van or family SUV from Honda and Toyota, think of Eastside Auto Works for all of your automotive needs. Getting in for service at Eastside Auto Works is easy. They'll get you into a loaner car, ride, or maybe Uber. Their AAA approved facility is very conveniently located in North Bellevue. Visit them on Facebook at Eastside Auto Works Auto Repair. Their slogan says it all: passion for people, passion for cars.
Wherever you go, Alternative Talk 1150 is here for you.